The views and opinions expressed in this podcast should not be taken seriously. All jokes and banter are not meant to be taken up the ass. And no, you may not talk to my manager. So get back to not doing your homework or not doing your job and enjoy the Rollin' Thick podcast.
Are you ready?
Rollin' thick, rollin' thick.
Hey, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to the Rolling Thick podcast. I'm your host. My name is Teddy.
And I'm Bunz.
And we back. It's the new year.
It's a new year. We're going to do it right this time.
Yes.
We got it.
How long has it been? I feel like it's been like a month, but I know it hasn't.
Actually, it's probably been almost a month.
No, I think
it's been about
2 weeks.
It's been 3 weeks.
Because we were going to do...
We had 2 more that we were going to do before Christmas, and we failed.
Oh, before Christmas. That's right.
Yeah, so it's been it's been a hot minute.
We're in day 6 of the year.
7.
7? Holy shit.
Yeah,
Yes,
we're good. We're here.
What a beautiful start to season 4.
Think what happens. Yeah.
That's cool.
We're gonna get good, better.
Yes, one thing real quick. I think we're gonna move the days to Saturdays. We're gonna start streaming them on Saturdays versus Thursday. But don't quote me on that because things change.
You know, life happens. Things change, and we try and schedule it around kids, and if we have guests. So
motherfuckers out there, new year, new me shit.
Yeah, that's not. I'm surviving. My goal is to survive this year. Also, that's my resolution is to survive.
My resolution is to make it again.
Yes, I mean I like to keep things not too hard, but we'll see.
Trust me.
So far, so good. So far, I've managed to keep my resolution. We're 7 days in. Yay me.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where that's at.
So happy New Year.
We don't have anything planned for this podcast. We are
today is a rogue episode.
Yeah, we're just
New Year,
winging it. New year, new us. We're winging it. Improv all the time.
Now you know what though, winging is probably the best because Double the Trouble wings everything that they do. The only thing they structure really is like they have one called The Venue where they interview like local artists and stuff, up and coming local artists.
Oh, that's cool.
So they take that one a little more serious. But besides that, literally, like I did an episode with them. Was it December?
Maybe.
I don't remember. It was a couple episodes ago. So yeah, it was.
Yeah.
We had. Yeah, it was right before Christmas. And I was over there because I was picking up my new cat. I got a cat, and I was over there because Manny has a lot of cats. He's like, damn, how many cats you have? He's like, I have like 7, I think. He's like, no, I have too many. And I was like, whoa. There's this thing. Okay. And we finished the episode, whatever, and it's funny, he was just like, all right. And he played the audio, and I was like, what are we talking about? And he's all like, what do you mean? And then we kind of just talked about a bunch of random stuff. And then at the end, he's like, all right. And he ended it or whatever. And we're talking, and I just like see him in the background, like on his computer, like just like answering questions or whatever. And then I look over to see what he's doing, and he's uploading the episode we had just did. There was like no post editing, nothing. Just
boom,
the whole thing
straight
raw. Like that's why he was like, shut up while the intro's playing, because he doesn't even add the intro. The intro is already in when he's uploading it. Like,
and he just loops it in. It's
fucking crazy.
That works.
So you wild, dude.
That's crazy. That wouldn't. I don't think that would work for the podcast.
Nah, I think there's too many variables I have to add.
Yeah, there's too many things. So
Um,
how was your Christmas?
Huh?
How was your Christmas?
Christmas. Christmas was fun. I went over to my brother's house and he had food and all my cousins and my nephews and family and stuff.
Oh,
It was
that's
cool.
fun.
My kids got to interact with a lot of kids and stuff like
Oh,
that.
that's the
I feel
best.
like that's what they're missing.
Mhm.
Socializing directly.
Yeah, I know. My kids have been great because they've been out of school for like 2.5 weeks now, and so the oldest one and the youngest one have been playing really good together. But they're like so ready. I am so ready for them to be gone. Like I'm so done. So done. And do you remember for Thanksgiving how I don't know if I said it, if I talked about it on the podcast or not, but I forgot that I needed a new meat thermometer, so I had to like cook my prime rib without one
Oh
and like
shit.
fingers crossed. Well, I forgot to get a meat thermometer by Christmas, so I had to do that again. Um and I had it good. I was like, awesome. I figured out what like temperatures I cooked it at last time. So I'm like, as long as I copy it perfectly, it should turn out just the same, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my dumbass didn't turn the oven down. So you start off super high temp, so it like chars everything
Yeah.
and makes it all nice and
It's nice and
crispy.
seared.
And then you turn it, then you turn it down and let it roast slowly for a couple hours. Yeah, I only turned the oven down 100 degrees. I
Ooh.
put the numbers in wrong because I have a fancy oven that you have to push numbers and not just turn a dial. Yeah, so I was like, man, that's smelling really good. I was like, I got like an hour left to cook. I'm gonna go shower and then I'm gonna make all the potatoes, do all
You
that.
left it in
And
the
I go
oven?
down and I looked at the oven and it said it was like at 375. And I was like, oh shit. Shit.
He's all in there like help.
Yeah. So it was $100 prime rib. I was so
So you
mad. I
you
was like,
made jerky? Is that what you're saying?
thankfully. Thankfully. So it had only been cooking for like 45 minutes. It was supposed to cook for in 2 hours.
Holy shit.
And so I yanked it out of the oven and I was like just praying to the meat gods. Like, please don't let this piece of beautiful meat be ruined. Thankfully, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Was it good?
It was. It was a little more well done on the outside, obviously, than I would have preferred. But it was still very like rare in the middle, so it worked. But I think I need to buy a meat thermometer before I try that again. Not that it would have helped me at all, because it was my own fuck up. But
it was human
yeah,
error.
it was. Needless to say, we did not have any sides with our dinner because I did not have time to make them.
Oh shit.
So we just had meat. I think I made the asparagus. So we had prime rib and asparagus.
That
for
is so
dinner.
primal, dude. We just
It worked.
ate.
Oh, and I had a bread. I had like a cheesy bread loaf that I made too. So it wasn't, we weren't like,
cheesy bread.
so it turned out to just be a nice little roast dinner. But it definitely kept the night interesting.
No sauce? Puree? Nothing? Savage.
No. Mm-mm. Prime rib doesn't need sauce and all that fancy. I mean, it can.
Asparagus does.
Oh, I seasoned the asparagus. I didn't just throw it on there raw. Like,
Asparagus is like bark.
no, I roasted that in the oven with like Parmesan and salt and pepper and garlic and oil.
Asparagus? The way I see it, asparagus is that part of the broccoli you don't eat.
Nah,
that's
it was
asparagus,
good.
just thin.
No, it was good. It was good. But uh yeah, so that was our Christmas dinner. I fucked it up, but it still turned out okay that time.
Yeah.
And now I need to make sure I buy a meat thermometer before Thanksgiving this year. November.
Forget.
I need one before. Oh, obviously.
Put it on the Amazon cart. Fuck it.
I'll still forget. I'll just be like, you know what? I'll buy save for later, and then later's never gonna come. And then Thanksgiving will roll around. I'll be like, shit, it's in my buy later. cart that I saved for later. It won't work. But Christmas itself was
That's where
good.
I
The
leave
kids,
important stuff too that I have money to buy
yeah.
in the save
It's
for
like,
later.
yeah.
But I have to clean it out because there's a bunch of Christmas stuff in there that I was gonna try to get for like family members and shit.
But you leave it in there and then you buy it for something else, like randomly.
No.
Like, just I love you gifts.
No, I don't have to charge them. Yeah. I love you so much. That was $50. Okay.
You don't buy your family random I was thinking about you gifts?
No,
Okay.
because I don't get any.
That's not how that doesn't matter.
No. Yes, it does.
That's not how it works. It's not about what you get in return.
No, I'm not asking in return. But if you're not
You
thinking
just
of
said
me,
you don't get any. Well, maybe somebody's got to think first. You got to start the chain.
Nah, I just call them up. What you doing, ho? That's how we talk.
That works too.
That's how we and my brothers talk to each other. They'll call me. What you doing, ho? Nothing. We trying to do. If you're not being a bitch, we can go do this.
Yes.
The
Siblings are the best.
The love.
Siblings are the best.
That's how we used to say goodnight. Peace out, ho.
That works.
I swear
That works.
to God. We used to do this thing for the longest time. We would just flip each other off when we see each other like in the hallway or something. We just flip each other off. And when we were younger, oh my God. Like now we do it in front of my mom, right? And they just look at us, the fuck's wrong with you guys? When we were younger, I remember one time my brother came into my room and he flipped me off. But it wasn't me, it was my mom.
Oh no.
He's like, oh shit. And my mom was like, the fuck was that? Nothing.
No.
She
Nothing,
was so,
pay no attention.
it would
It's
happen
all
every
good.
randomly every once in a while. Just accidentally
Oh
flip
my
off my
God.
mom or my dad. It's fucking funny.
I've never flipped off my mom.
I have. Oh
Nope.
shit.
Nope. No, that's a line I don't think I'll ever cross.
You know what it is? Because I think it's a cultural boundary because she didn't really know. She knows what it means, but in Mexico, it's not. You don't flip off like that. You do.
Yeah.
You go like this, right?
Mm.
Or there's another side, so you don't really do like the finger, but she knows what it means. So
Yeah.
to her, it's like, what
But
the fuck? It's random. Like, that's not how we
That
insult each other.
doesn't bother her as much.
Yeah.
Probably.
So
yeah,
to her,
no.
she just looked at me like, that's
I
random.
don't even really swear in front of my mom too much though. I'm getting like sometimes I do if I'm really mad.
Oh, you know what? I never did too up until like a couple years ago. When I had my kids, I started cussing in front of my parents.
Yeah, same. Which
Exact-
is really it seems so backwards when you think about it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
No, it's because I think like they go, you understand. Now you can curse. You have
Well, no,
this-
my mom doesn't really curse either. So
Huh? My
like
dad.
the worst she ever says is ass. I think that's her worst curse word is ass.
So my parents would be like, how are the kids? Like, damn, they're a fucking handful of those motherfuckers. They'd be like, yep.
And I think the rest of my siblings don't really swear either, so I just have a potty mouth. I don't know. Well. Making them proud one day at a time.
Talking about my kids, this fool scared me.
What was your scary Christmas story?
So I came home and the room
I've been dying to hear this since you said you had one.
The room felt heavy.
Yeah.
But it was just me. I was the only one here because I left my kids. Because my baby mama picks them up on Sundays.
Yeah.
And Christmas was on Sunday. So then I was only like 10 minutes away from where they live. So I went to drop them off and then I came home. And the room felt heavy. Like, how do I explain it?
Yeah, I know what you're saying though.
Like, and it usually feels hollow. Like
yeah.
But it felt heavy and I was like, the fuck? And it was already kind of late, so I kind of just put a movie on. And I fell asleep on my computer doing something. And I think it was a dream. I want to say it was a dream because if that shit was real, like fuck. It's got to be some,
we're going to pretend it was a dream for your
it's got to be
sanity.
some cleansing. But I was talking to somebody. Like, it was dark. My room was dark, but it wasn't. I could see. It was. how do I put it? It was muted. It was like black and gray, like dark grays and blacks and white and shades of white. But it wasn't dark. It wasn't like I was in the dark. I just didn't see a lot of contrast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And somebody was sitting on my bed because my bed's across from my desk, and talking to somebody. I don't even remember what kind of conversation we had, but I was talking to somebody. And the thing is, I wasn't scared. I wasn't like, "Who the fuck is that? Who am I talking to?" Like, I was just kind of like, "Yeah, you know, yeah," and
chilling.
And it wasn't until I woke up or I came to or something, I was just like, "What the fuck?" But it wasn't dark in here. I had the TV going and I was on my computer, so there was plenty of light, and I was like, that was fucking weird.
That just happened.
Yeah, and then the Tuesday that I got my kids back, my son was talking in his sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But like the way he does, you know, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What?" I was like, "You okay? What do you need?" Like, I was on my computer again.
Yeah.
I was like, "What do you need? What happened?" And then I noticed that he was asleep. I was like, "Is he talking to the same thing I was fucking talking to?" Shit. So yeah, that's concerning because a lot of the stuff that happens to me is usually in my dreams. I'm assuming.
That's crazy. Yeah, we're processing it that way.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So we're processing it. That's creepy.
Yeah.
I didn't see anybody. I didn't have any conversations with anybody. But like in the morning, so usually up until my dad passed away, on Christmas morning, we would call my mom and dad. They would get up super early at like 3 or 4 in the morning their time because they're, West Coast and I was East Coast. So they'd wake up at the crack of dawn to hang out on our Alexa device to watch the kids open their presents and their stockings and all that stuff. And then, after everybody was done opening their stockings and presents, we'd say love you, goodbye, and they would go off to the other families and do Christmas
they go
there.
off to see the wizard.
Yeah, they go off to see the wizard. And so, anyway, my dad's been gone for this year will be his third year being gone. So, but this Christmas, so after all the kids like opened up all their presents and it's nice and quiet, we're just enjoying watching the kids play with all their new toys. We hear a power tool, like it sounds like a power tool going off, like and our neighbor's been working on building their fence out. They've been building this huge deck porch off their pool, and he's been working his butt off every day. And we're like, it's Christmas morning. Why is he working? Ooh. Is he seriously working on his deck right now? I'm like, well, maybe he got a new power tool or something for Christmas, and he's really excited about
he's
it.
Out there flexing.
I don't know. Yeah, I was like, maybe he's just really excited and wants to try it, make sure it works. And so we were sitting there watching the kids, and there's still this buzzing going off outside. I was like, that sounds awfully close to our house though. And I went out in the back on our deck. Our pressure washer turned on by itself.
What the fuck?
That pressure washer has been plugged in for weeks and weeks and weeks because the puppy kennel, I had to like hose it off and everything. Water's turned off. It was turned off. It was just plugged in, and there was no power surge. There was no like flickering of lights. And to turn it on and off, like you have to push down on the button. Like you really have to push. It's not like a switch you can flick or that you just a little touch button. Like you have.
So what turned on the compressor?
Yeah, like the whole pressure washer just turned on. The compressor.
So it wasn't spraying water though. It was just.
No, it just turned on, but it's been plugged in for weeks and not turned on.
And all of a sudden.
And all of a sudden, it just turned on. I went out there and I had to actually physically, press down hard to turn it off. And I was just like, that is so fucking weird. But the thing is, my dad loved pressure washing. So that was like one of his favorite things to do was his pressure. He actually, he pissed me off so much because he pressure washed the inside of my car, like the engine and everything.
Oh, the engine.
And my car never, like every time I turned the cruise control on after that, it sounded like there was water in it. Like I would hear, like, I don't know how to explain it. And it made me so mad that
the cruise control?
Granted, Yeah, I know it doesn't make sense. It was a Saturn. It wasn't. I
That'll
I had no
make those
business
no
even
more.
being I had no business being mad at him in the first place because he gave me that car.
Yeah.
Like, I'm mad that he messed with my car, but it's like he gave me that car. He was paying for the insurance on that car, and I had a credit card that he gave me for gas for that car. I really had no business being mad at him for touching it, but the little brat self was
Still
mad at him
funny.
for touching it. My little entitled self, like, how dare you pressure wash the inside of my car engine? So I always had this like hatred towards him and his pressure washer. And I was just like, huh, that's really weird.
You think he was just
And
showing
then
up?
I was
He was like, ooh.
and then I told my mom about it, and she's like, the weirdest thing's been happening. I'm like, oh no, here we go.
But did that
And she's
scare
been
you?
fine. It didn't really scare me because I was just like, huh, that was weird.
Which is a coincidence, like a
It was just more one of those things. Like
one of
I
those
kept
things
trying
you
to
were
find
like,
a way to.
the fuck?
I tried to justify it. I was like, did an acorn fall off a tree and hit the on button?
Acorn?
Did a squirrel run up and turn? Because there's no way to get in our backyard without opening the gate, and the gate's stuck all the time. Like there's no way somebody could run back there, turn it on, and run away. Like it just. The dog was
And
inside
why?
in her kennel.
So yeah,
There was There was no cat out there. There was nothing.
logic out the window.
I couldn't. I can't find a way to justify it happening. It just happened. And
Dude.
so all I could think is, okay, it was a ghost. And the only ghost I know personally that would
My
probably
dad.
try and visit me on Christmas would be my dad. And of course he would go for the pressure washer. So that's how I'm justifying that.
That's funny.
And I was telling my mom about it. I was like, I'm pretty sure I think Papa did something. And she's like, it's funny because for like the past couple weeks I've been finding diamonds. Like
Diamonds?
she doesn't know if they're probably not real diamonds, but like how you have like those little art gems
Yeah.
that kids have. Okay, so she's been
Shaped like a
finding
diamond.
those, but they're not. But they're not the art ones that have like the flat backs that are silver backing that are like
Yeah.
obviously fake. These are like full on shaped like little tiny diamonds.
She should
And
get
she's
him
found, like-
appraised.
And she's found like 3 of them so far. And the weird thing is where she's finding them. So like the first one she found in her bathroom next to her toothbrush. Now my mom keeps her bathroom pretty clean. She always like wipes down the counter. Like it's never not clean in her bathroom.
That makes sense. Though.
So
I mean, it does make sense.
So for her to like wake up and find like she lives alone. She doesn't have any like tiny grandkids like my kid. If my kids were around, I'd question. I'd be like, well, maybe it was something they found on the ground.
Yeah, you wouldn't
But she
second
doesn't
guess.
have anybody coming in and out of her house. She doesn't have anybody using her bathroom except her. And she had just this little tiny diamond sitting next to her toothbrush. And then the other time she found one was in her sewing. And so she makes baby blankets. She cross stitches baby blankets, and she has like a whole plethora of them to like give to the grandkids. Each time one of us or one of her grandkids has a baby, they get a baby blanket from grandma. And she was pulling out her sewing. She's been working on this blanket, I think, since my dad passed away. So it's kind of one of those blankets that's just been dragging on and on. And she's pulling her sewing out, and another little diamond fell out, and she's just like, did I misplace the other diamond? Did I put the diamond in here? Like, how did it even end up?
Oh, she thought
in
it was
here?
the same
Nobody
diamond.
touches her sewing. Yeah, and then she went and she found the other diamond. She's like, no, it's not the same diamond. It's a new one.
Whoa.
I don't remember where she found it. And then she found a third one. I can't remember where though.
You know the
So-
trippy thing about the sewing one is how long was it, in there? To think about that, like maybe
Yeah, I don't know.
because like the
She pulls her
toothbrush thing,
sewing out at
the
least a couple
toothbrush thing,
times a week.
the toothbrush thing is a little odd because all the circumstances that you said, like she lives alone, she keeps it clean, stuff
Yeah.
like that. So that one's kind of hard to try to give it a justification of why it's there.
Yeah, you can't. You
Yeah,
can't.
and then it's like
justify it.
it's another
Yeah.
thing like where.
Oh, that's right. I remember where the third one was. The other one, I remember now. So she had like, it was before she put all the Christmas stuff up. She was getting ready to put the Christmas stuff up, so she like moved all the couches. She'd vacuumed the entire floor. As soon as she was done vacuuming, she looked down and there was one on the floor where she had literally just vacuumed.
Whoa.
Like it shouldn't have been there. She had just vacuumed. And it's not like she has like this full carpeted room. She's got it's just like a circle area rug. So
Mm.
it's not
Like the whole house.
but she just vacuumed the whole thing. The whole little area rug there
And
and
it
she
got away.
found
And she
one
found
tiny
it.
another little diamond.
That's the
And
trip because
so
she has
yeah,
no idea where they came from. Like she doesn't have like a
no,
stuffed animal with it.
they don't match my mom doesn't have any diamond nothing. No diamond anything. And I don't know, for me, my brain goes to so my mom's wedding ring that my dad got her was a flower with a diamond in it. That was the wedding ring he gave her. And I asked him like, why did you get her that? And he says, well, I wasn't going to be able to get a flower every day, so I got her one that she could wear on her finger and see every day or something like that. And all I could think, and it was just the single diamond. So I don't know if it is my dad. I think it's his way saying something. There's a connection there somehow. I can't verbalize
You
it.
just
Like I
came to
can't put
visit.
words, but it makes sense in my brain. It seems like something my dad would do.
That makes sense.
But he always spoiled my mom. So, but they're probably not real. I don't know. That'd be really trippy if they were.
Just randomly. Like that reminds me of this video I saw on TikTok. I don't know if I sent it to you. But because there was a camera, there's
Probably sent.
because there was a camera, you saw what happened. But this lady
Yeah.
came home and there was a cookie on the fucking front of her house, like on the it's like a windowsill. And
Yeah.
it's at eye level next to her doorbell. And she was coming home. She's like, all tired. And she put her stuff down. She was like, ugh. And then she was like, what the fuck? And there was a cookie. She's like, a fucking Christmas cookie. She's like, what the fuck? So random. But then because there's a video, they rewinded it, and
Yeah.
there was a fucking squirrel carrying this cookie. And he put it down, and his ADHD took over, and he left the cookie there. That's fucking insane.
That's me.
That's one of like
squirrel.
like it's funny because like regardless of having the evidence of what happened or not having it and just being completely
Yeah.
blown by this cookie, you have a story about this fucking cookie. Because like if you didn't have the video or like, hey, the fucking ghost left the cookie for me, I was having a bad day, and the fucking cookie was like, sup, and it was like, Merry
My
Christmas,
ghost left me a
motherfucker.
cookie.
But now that there's a video of how the cookie happened,
ghost
hey,
gave
you
me a
want to
cookie.
see this video of
Now
this
my
fucking
ears.
squirrel leaving me a cookie, dude? That's crazy. That's crazy to just to have
That's
like evidence of how the pressure washer turned on. Imagine if there was a video and it's
I
like,
would really like to. I would like to know because if an acorn hit it and turned it on, that would be amazing.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Like,
saying. It doesn't
there's
matter.
no-
It doesn't matter if you don't have the evidence or you do. The story is crazy because, hey, it turned
It's
off.
a good
It's either
story
it turned off by
regardless.
itself
Exactly.
or this elaborate thing happened to make it turn on. That's fucking awesome. Either way, it's awesome.
I honestly would believe like a power surge or something, clicking like a power surge, maybe making it turn on and off, because it's on one of those fancy like circuit breaker, GFI, whatever.
But that means you guys left it
outlets,
on.
but-
The circuit broke and it came back on for some reason.
Exactly, and that's not the case either. So it's just weird. I unplugged it.
Acorn.
I did do that. I was like, if this is gonna turn on again, I'm gonna make certain that it's weird. So I
It's
unplugged
even
it.
more
It hasn't
difficult.
turned on since.
Try it now, motherfucker.
Exactly. If you're really there. Well, and then like you and I, we were doing that AI thing from TikTok, and I was showing you the
Oh, yeah, the
woman
wall.
that keeps showing up on my wall.
How many times did you
my
film
little,
that?
My little wall angel. I've done it twice. I haven't tried to do it again.
That's creepy.
But it's a woman every time.
That's like I seen a video
So-
of when they had the filter where they face swapped, or it would take your face and somebody else's face and they'll swap it.
Oh, yeah. And they swap it somewhere.
Yeah. And there was a video of these two guys. They're
It
like
was-
this, and their faces would swap. And then one guy took off, and then his face became black because the shadow in the back. His face swapped with something behind
Yeah.
him. And he's like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, that was a trip.
Mm-mm. I'm good, thanks. So no, I haven't tried the filter again to see what it would do.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't want to know. I'm good. I got some weird lady watching over me. It's probably my grandma or some. Might be my aunt. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. They haven't told me.
Grandma, is that you, Grandma?
Thank you, grandma.
But you
Yeah,
haven't
that was my creepy Christmas story.
creepy. That was mine. I feel like yours wasn't creepy.
Yours was pretty
It's more
not really creepy, just weird.
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 Yeah. Could be heartwarming.
Well, that's because I have like a connection to mine. Like I established a connection
Yeah.
to make it not creepy.
That's just Dad.
Just Papa hanging out. Wanted to say Merry Christmas.
That's cute.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
so we got new roommates. I got new roommates. Did I tell you?
Oh, how's that going?
They seem
No,
alright.
maybe.
Like, it's too early to be annoyed. You know what I mean? Like,
It's like a new relationship.
like it's building up. You know, like, oh, they do that. Okay. But I mean, they're cool. They're cool people. It's a couple and they have a 2-year-old. And
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about that.
lately I've been like shoving my kids in the room every time like we come in and they're outside. And I feel like I'm being rude, but at the same time my kids are sick and I don't want to like spread it.
Oh, you don't.
You know, I don't know what kind of complications their kid might have, if he has any.
That's true.
You know, so I'm kind of just
Yeah.
like, come on, guys, come on, and then, yeah, they're just whatever. They smoke a lot of weed, but it's none of my business.
Join them.
Nah, I got my kids. I
Hey,
need to be
friend.
alert. I need. I get too.
Oh,
I
yeah,
get.
if you have your kids, that makes sense.
Like today, I wouldn't mind,
Yeah.
but then I'm
Yeah, you got your kids.
I'm really like, I got work tomorrow too. My weekend never fucking lasts
Yeah.
long enough. I always feel like I'm gonna fucking work. I need my wits about me,
Yeah,
you know.
story of life.
When
Yeah,
my kids are around.
Definitely.
But yeah, so I mean they're
Yeah,
cool.
my kids are finally not sick. Thank fuck.
Oh, they're
We're
better
getting
now.
there. Mostly.
So
I
it
think so,
sucks so much when the kids are sick.
Just in time to go back to school so they can get sick again. That's what's gonna happen. I guarantee you, Elena's gonna make it 1 full week at school and then she's gonna be homesick.
Oh no!
That's what's gonna happen.
Don't say that. When kids are sick, it sucks so much.
No,
Because like
I know.
like
Well, because they can't do it. You can't, especially the littlest
anything.
ones. The littler, well, yours are both pretty little. Your oldest one's the same as my youngest one. So
it just sucks when
that
they look at
sucks
you
when
like,
the little-
Dad, I can't do anything. You're throwing up. Like I can't just tell your body to stop.
my old, and it doesn't get any better either because my oldest, she's 11, and when she's sick, she's like, my throat hurts and my nose is stuffy. I'm like, what do you want me to do about it? Like I can't. And she's just like, well, isn't there anything I can take? I'm like, not really, Motrin.
It's 2023. We still have the sniffles
Like-
around. God damn it.
I know. And she'll be like, but my nose is stuffy. Don't you have any like nose spray? I'm like, saline. Sorry.
Humidifier works.
Like, kind of. Nothing ever clears up a stuffy nose.
Eucalyptus.
It really doesn't. And
Some eucalyptus.
They just want it. They want it fixed instantly, and you can't do anything about it, and it just sucks because they're so mad at you, like you did something wrong.
Yeah. My baby girl looks at
Don't
me. He's like,
Put
she's
your
like,
fingers
Dad.
in your mouth, and you'll be fine.
Nope. Just
Swear,
things
if it
we gotta
wasn't
do.
for kids, I'd never get sick. But
You
those
would think.
kids, they like shove their fingers in your food, and they shove their fingers in your face, and you end up sick.
They're telling you a story and then they sneeze mid sentence right into your fucking personal space.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I was trying to make cookies during the holidays and I thankfully the ones that I made that I like gave to people, I did not make with children present. But the ones I was like, okay, well, I'll make some more so that we have more for the family. Elena, I swear, sneezed and coughed over everything. And I'm just like, I am so glad these are staying home.
I
And
remember
these aren't going to people.
my
'cause
son was like
this is
rubbing his,
disgusting.
my son was like rubbing his nose like this, open palm, and then he grabs me. He's like, "Dad, like, what the fuck did you just do right now?" I just looked at him like, "What did you just?" Oh my god, you're lucky you're not fucking. I would have socked that. You're lucky the pandemic's over, you fool. That shit would have. My god.
You're just lucky I love you.
And then the
I
cats,
know.
the cats
Elena will
under
take
my,
her face.
the cats under my desk sneezing on my toes. Like, this fucking house is falling apart.
Yeah, kids are gross. Kids are just gross. And they think they're being so nice. Like, here, you want a bite? Like, no.
Oh
I
my
really
god.
don't.
My
Yeah,
s-
you do.
my
Just try it. You'll like it. Like, I don't want
yeah.
to.
I was trying to give my son melatonin, and he knows what it is now. So I'm like, here, I'll eat this. He's like,
Oh,
no.
no.
Why not? It's a gummy. Look, it's good. No.
He passes out when he takes them.
No, he takes him in like 3 minutes in. He's like, man. I was like, look, you can't fall asleep because you
No.
cough. Take the damn melatonin so you can sleep. No. I know what that is. Like, fuck, fine. But my
You
daughter,
have to heat them up and melt them down into like a different shape.
that's a good idea.
Then maybe you wouldn't know.
Because my son has a cough, but it's a
Get some
dry
different
cough.
gummy molds.
The fucking dry cough. So it's like, and he's like, he doesn't have the sniffles or nothing. And my daughter's the opposite. She has.
I wonder if you... Yeah.
My daughter
Sorry, I'm
has
trying to think how you can like disguise your melatonin now. My brain's
just get a little baggie of fucking fruit, whatever. Throw them in there, mix them in with it, and have them eat the whole bag, probably.
yeah.
But my daughter she has more of a congestion, right? You can hear it every time she coughs. You can hear it, and I'm just like, you're not gonna spit that out. You're just gonna keep it in there. Every time she coughs, like I'm expecting her to hawk a loogie, and she doesn't, and that's disgusting. Because where's it going?
That's what Elena's is. Yeah.
They
That's what
don't have to-
Elena's
they
is.
still
And I
don't have
keep
to do
telling him,
it.
like, do some big coughs. And like I could feel like I know it's in her mouth. I'm like, just spit it out. And she's like, mm-mm. And I'm like,
I'm a lady. Spit that shit out. That's why you're still sick, because you keep fucking keeping it in there.
I
That's
know.
not how it
I'm like,
works,
would
but
you
still.
just spit it out? Because like what you're gonna do is you're gonna cough and gag, and then you're gonna end up throwing it up instead. And she's just like, mm-mm, it's gone. And then I'm like, ugh,
It's not gone. It's
go to
still
bed,
inside of
leave me
you.
alone.
It's disgusting.
it's just not in your lungs anymore. That's the difference.
That's the difference.
Ugh.
Oh,
Yeah.
my poor baby.
So that's where that's at. It's not great. Oh my goodness. We have a very poor connection on our stream. FYI.
I think it's on your side, because you keep cutting in and
know.
out every once in a while.
Probably is.
You got 100 tabs open, I bet.
No, I actually don't. Oh. Shut up.
I like how your face
Stop.
automatically gets bright because a page came up. Open up. Oh. Hell yeah.
It wasn't like 100. But yeah, I don't know why they're dropping so bad. I know they're streaming TV downstairs, but that shouldn't matter.
You excited for anything this year?
Lots of things, but I can't talk about them.
Oh. I have a couple of things too. I'm
But
trying to
yes.
move out. But
Yeah.
it's so the market right
Same.
now is so fucking competitive right now.
It,
Over here it is,
so
at least.
bad. It's not even about the competitive, it's just the price, which I'm sure that's also a problem
Oh,
there
yeah.
too. Yeah, no, I was pricing out moving out and what that's all gonna cost, and I'm just like, huh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because I was talking to my mom today about it. She's like, she's like, you know what it is? I was like, what? I was like, it's a generation. She's like, the millennials right now. Everyone's the same fucking age. Everyone has their babies. Everyone's trying to move out of their parents' house all at the same fucking time. And I was like, that's true, because a 1-bedroom apartment here in California, it doesn't drop below 1,500. The lowest I've seen it is
that's
1,500.
what it's like. That's what it's like here too, though.
Okay, but listen,
Like even here,
like the lowest is 1,500. The average I've seen it is 1,700 to 1,800. That's the average. A 2-bedroom apartment, in the same apartment complex is only 2,100.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
So I'm like, but like I only need one room. Why isn't it $1,000 extra to rent 2 rooms? Why is it only a couple hundred? You know, so everyone, if you're not a couple looking for multiple rooms for you, your spouse, and your children, it's more because they're harder to. I'm assuming because they're harder to sell, or those tenants tend to be longer term. I don't know. I don't know what it is, because I went to go view a room, and I'm the person that reads the whole fucking description, right? Because I want to know if what's included, you know, amenities and all that shit. And I saw this one, and the lady starts out saying, "It used to be a motel, does not have kitchen. It's a motel. It's a room with a fucking restroom in it. That is it."
Yeah, that's not.
And the only reason I was interested in it because it was only $950, all bills included. And well, just water and electricity, right?
Yeah.
There's no gas.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's cheap as fuck. Because right now I'm paying almost $1,200 for the large room that I have plus the restroom. Plus I have access to like shared laundry and.
Yeah.
But I don't like using that stuff because of the conditions that I mean.
Yeah. No.
So
kidding.
I went to go view the room, and it's not a tiny room. I can probably do it in there. But it's upstairs, and I don't want to fucking, cause the downstairs to be upset.
Yeah.
But everybody that showed up was like, "This it? This it? This it?" They're all walking in. They're like, "Why didn't you just like?" Everybody was like, a video would have done it. I didn't have to show up. She's like, "I have a video." You could have seen the video. And then some guy was like, "What about the other rooms?" And I was even getting frustrated with all the fucking questions. I was like, "It's a fucking motel, dude." He's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, I forgot." I was like, "It's a room and a bathroom.
God.
Like, what do you
What do you expect?
What about the other rooms?" Like, oh my god, they were asking dumb questions.
That's crazy.
But I read the descriptions, and there's a lot of fraud right now going on too. It's like because people.
That is like my biggest fear is when I go to like actually rent a place is I'm gonna get freaking bamboozled.
It's a thing right now because there's a lot. There's a demand for it. So it's easy.
Well, and it's easy.
Yeah, it's easy to be like, yeah, just here's the application, fill out the application while we schedule you for a viewing because there's a lot of people and then you're like, okay, I can do that, and it's like $60. And you're like a little high, but if you don't know the laws, because I think the law here they can't charge you more than $38 for application fee.
I didn't even know there were laws on application fees.
Yeah, they can't. There's a certain, and right now they were telling me that to rent a place they have to do background checks and credit scores and a whole bunch of stuff. That's why I kind of like it here because it's just like, do you make enough? I'm like, yeah, all right, cool, sign here. But
Cool story, bro.
there's a couple hoops you have to jump over, right?
Yeah.
And she was saying that starting February 1st, they can't ask for a background check. So, which is, I was like, for real? She's like, yeah. I was like, that's gonna make it more sketchier to rent, in gated communities and things where people can get away with.
Yeah. Oh, kidding. That would make me uncomfortable, actually.
Yeah, and I'm like, for reals? She's like, yeah, we can't ask for those things no more after February 1st.
The only people that don't want you to run a background check are people that
that have bad backgrounds. that have bad
need to have a
background. Yeah,
Yeah, that literally does not help
yeah.
anybody
That's like
except
when
the people that.
the criminals trying to bypass those type of things. It's
Yeah.
funny. That's like when you're trying to get a job and they go, "Can you take a drug test?" Like, oh, we have to take a drug test. Why? Why can't I just not
Yeah.
take? Like, okay, well, you're obviously not
Proof.
going to get hired.
Exactly. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, no, I've been looking at places to rent, and they're like you said, they're about 1,500, but those are for. I'm looking for 2 bedrooms because I got 2 kids, so like I really don't want to squeeze us all into a 1 bedroom apartment if I can avoid it.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
a little.
if it's just gonna be you guys, I wouldn't mind. Like if my kids were old, older
I
like yours,
probably would, but I
I would
don't
just
want to
stay in
like.
the living room. Honestly,
Like
I would
that's
just
what.
make a
Well,
studio
see,
plus one.
my if I did do that, I would actually put them in the living room because then they can have their 2 computers, their 2 beds, their toys.
Yeah,
The living room's gonna be more space.
yeah, that makes
But
sense.
I don't want to shock them to going from like a house,
2-story
a pretty
house.
big house, to a tiny little apartment where they don't even really have a living room or
Or
their
a
own
front
space.
yard or a
Yeah,
backyard.
or anything. Yeah,
Yeah.
like to go from this to that is like,
It's gonna be a
I
shock
don't.
for sure, but they have to understand.
Well, I mean, if I get a proper apartment with 2 bedrooms and a bathroom and a place that has like the amenities like a swimming pool and a gym and
Oh,
everything, they'll
okay.
be okay because it won't seem so. I just got to make sure it's a little bit more bougie than what I would actually need if I was on my own.
Yeah, yeah.
If I was on my own, like I'll go to a slum. I don't care.
That's what I was
Um,
saying. Like I fucking live here. If I was by myself, and I kind of have to
but
take that into consideration because they're about to start school too. So
but yeah, no, they'll be if as long as like there's a playground, a swimming pool, they'll be fine. Like they'll be happy. Um, but God, it's so expensive. It's like the cost of my mortgage, and I'm just like,
I
some
think
bullshit.
my brother was telling me that it's easier to buy, but the process is longer. It takes longer.
It's easier to buy, kind of. I'm not opposed to buying, but I want to actually see where I'm at and where I'm going.
Yeah, because then
Before
you're
I make
stuck.
that.
Your contract.
Yeah, I want to make that investment, and I want to make it a smart investment. So I'm like,
I don't know.
renting for a year. Yeah, you're kissing about $12,000 to $15,000 goodbye. Like it's gone, but you could be losing a lot more if you make a bad investment on a home.
Yeah,
So I'm like, you know what? I will just take the risk of
that makes sense. I agree with that notion, but
not
still,
doing
like,
that.
so like, my parents and my brothers, they're like, "Oh, dude, let's just get the place together." Cause I had asked them, anybody's down, to rent an apartment with me. Since it's only
Mhm.
gonna be $300 more, I can
Yeah.
take a large chunk of it, and they can do like the rest plus, the bills or whatever.
Yeah.
And my youngest brother, he's like, "Yeah, I'm down." I was like, "Cool, we could do this." And I started looking, and because of the market right now, if I find something, we have to be on it.
Yeah.
And they're not willing to put in that type of commitment to it.
That time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so and then my parents were like, well, we'll just get a 3 or 4 bedroom. You guys take the rooms and we'll go in the living room. Cause right now they're in the living room. It's 2 of my
Yeah.
brothers plus my parents. My parents are in the living room. And I'm just like, okay, cool. And I start looking into that, and that's even more difficult because the process is longer, and you still have to be competitive with it because there's still people coming in, and I only have like today and tomorrow, like Friday and Saturday, to go view a house. And a lot of the houses that are up for rent or for sale, the viewing is mandatory. You have to go to the viewing.
Yeah.
Because then you can say false advertisement or something. You have to physically and they want anybody over 18 that's gonna be on the lease to physically go view it. And since none of our fucking schedules match up, like how the fuck am I? If I can't do it between me and my little brother, like all 5 of us, like it's even more difficult. And by the time I get everybody's voices together to try to apply, the fucking property is already rented. Like,
Yeah, you
uh,
can't do like a video chat with them while you're there.
and I asked, and they said, yeah, but at the same, it's the same thing. They won't answer, or they're not available, or something always comes up.
Ugh, that's annoying.
So I went back to looking for a place, and unless I go into the fucking ghetto of San Bernardino, I'm not gonna find one in my Prince Range.
San Bernardino. Yeah. I remember when we lived
San
in
Bernardino's
Colton.
cheap as fuck.
It probably is. I lived in Colton when I lived there.
You can get like
and
a
our
you can get like a 2-bedroom apartment in Highland or San Bernardino for like
yeah, because it's San Bernardino.
like $1,300. Like, I was like, for reals? And then I remember San Bernardino. I'm like, no.
That place is fucking scary.
Yeah, that place is bad.
You don't go there.
Like,
You
if it
don't-
doesn't get better, the price is just gonna keep going down.
Like,
until
I lived
eventually.
in Colton, and we were in a gated community there. Our apartment was, and I think this was like 10, even more than 10 years ago now, because Elise is 11. Yeah, it was like 13, 14 years ago, and 13. Anyway, and yeah, it was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment, and it was like $1,400 a month then. Even I don't even want to know what those apartments go for now.
Wait, how many
But
bedrooms you said?
it was 2-bed, 2-bath. It was like 1,400, 13 years ago.
It's
So-
like it's only like $300-$400 more, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, that place might be more now. It was pretty
Was
decent.
it a decent one?
Well, it was. I don't know if decent.
I think the most expensive I've seen it is 3,000, but they don't go above that. And that's
Yeah,
like the
I
one
don't-
with like the gym.
It was not luxury, that's for sure. It was not
Yeah.
it wasn't that nice of. The nicest thing it had was a gate that you had to put a pin in to get in,
To get in.
or have a key.
That type of security, but that type of security doesn't work. I lived in a gated community for years, and people still got shot and stabbed. My uncle has 2 BB bullets
Oh,
in
yeah.
his head still from when he
We
got
had
assaulted
there was a helicopter that came through looking for somebody.
in the apartment
they had
because it's easy
searched-
to fucking
I
hide.
don't know if it was I don't know if it was in the apartment. They were telling everybody to get back in their houses. Like, there's police
Yeah.
everywhere, and they were like the lights and dogs, and I'm just like, why did I move down here? Why
This is
am I
great.
here? Like,
I've got the right.
I messed up.
I don't have
need
the
to
right
go
amount of pigment to be here.
back- I need to be back north where I belong, where it's not scary.
Honestly,
And-
I feel like I can handle it because I've been in that type of situation my whole life. But now that I have kids, I don't want to have to.
Yeah. Well,
If
I
I can-
told you when
if
I
I can
first moved
avoid
down
it-
to California. I don't think did I tell you when we first drove down there, and I was helping him, get to his college and get settled into his little like trailer and everything. We were lost. It was dark out.
Oof.
We had just pulled into not into California, but just into like San Bernardino area. It was probably San Bernardino where we were driving through to get up to Loma Linda, and
Yeah, that's where the major
yeah.
freeways that go to like
And
Barstow.
so
and
we had a
down.
hotel that we reserved there so that we could wake up in the morning and then move to the apartment. And we were lost. We couldn't find it. This was before GPS was really a thing. So we were going off like MapQuest maps.
Yeah, something you drew real
direct-
quick with the information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were lost. And I was like, there was these people. They were just walking on the side. It's dark out. It's already dark out. Group of people with their pants down to their ankles. And I'm like, just pull over and ask them. It's like, we could just ask them for directions.
So ignorant.
And I was just like, and he looked at me like I was stupid. And I'm like, they're probably nice. But yeah, they might not be, but chances are they're probably nice.
Just pull up. Hey, homeboy, I'm lost.
And
Think
he
you can
was,
help a brother out?
he was so mad at me because I was just like, just ask them. Just roll. I'll do the talking. I'll ask. I want to go to bed. Yeah, we didn't ask for
You
directions.
just
We
asked the
figured
wrong
it out.
person. Hey, you know where you're at? Get shot.
It's probably for the best that we didn't roll the window down and go, "Hey, we don't know where we're at. We're not from here. We have a car full of shit." But yeah, could you help?
That's fucking funny. So
But
how'd
that's
you find it then?
we just circled around a lot, reread the map, reread the instructions. I think we had a paper map that eventually we pulled out, um, and navigated.
When I go to San Bernardino, I make sure I have a full tank of gas or close to
You
it
never,
because I don't
I
like
was like,
put
you, I was
close
like,
to it.
you don't fill your gas
I
tank
put the
up.
most amount I'm comfortable with in my tank because I'm not gonna stop to fill up. Because most of the times I go,
Yeah.
it's dark, and I'm not like
I
I can take care of myself, but I don't want to have to. You know what I mean?
I'm just too trusting of people, and I shouldn't be.
Nah, fam, better get the fuck out of my way.
Probably not anymore. That was again. That was like 21-year-old me.
The last time,
I'm
the last time,
smarter now.
the last time I
Ish.
drove through there, I almost ran somebody over. Like people
On
don't
purpose.
understand. No, people don't understand. People don't understand that in the night they can't see you. It doesn't matter if you're wearing all white. You cannot see a motherfucker cross on the street. You cannot.
You're not in California. That place is lit the fuck up.
You still cannot. You cannot. It is difficult. I've almost killed lots of people because they just fucking cross the street thinking people can see them.
I have no problem seeing people down there because it's so fucking bright all the time.
Not in the
That
ghetto.
light pollution is insane.
Anyways,
Well,
I was
avoid the
going, and I see him last second. And I hit the fucking brakes, and I almost killed his ass, but he didn't even fucking flinch. And I start
was
going, and so
really
and the guy.
hoping you would. Damn
They're
it.
probably like, damn it, there goes my fucking retirement. And anyways, the guy behind me starts flashing his lights and shit. And I'm like, fuck, I'm in San Bernardino. I don't want to fucking, I don't even want to try. I don't even,
Yeah.
he's all flashing his high beams at me and shit. And he starts revving it and he goes around me and he's driving next to me, honking. And I'm just like, God. I don't even fucking turn around to look. I'm just like, dude, I almost killed somebody, dude. Like, why are you mad that I had to stop?
Yeah.
I was gonna flatten the dude, and you probably would have hit him too. You're so fucking close behind me. But I was just like, I just went like this,
I can't even.
and after like a mile, he took off. I'm like, fucking, well, you want me to pull over and justify my actions? Damn.
We want to have a court session here on the street.
Sorry, dude. I almost killed somebody. Next time I'll hit him. You're inconvenience. Getting dumbass.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no. San Bernardino. I'm good.
But yeah,
know.
but it's looking like I might have to go in that direction. Just to make it easier for my kids too, because I'm going over there.
Let's hope not. Let's hope not.
But yeah.
Yeah. No, moving's on the agenda this year for me as well. I just don't know when or where or how. But it's happening. It's happening. I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah.
New year, new me. Yay. Totally not having a mental breakdown.
I'm okay.
I'm fantastic. Can't you tell?
Oh God.
It is going to be a good year, though. So many
Definitely.
good things. I'm excited. I'm curious to see what December 2023 looks like.
Probably more of this.
Hopefully better. This, but better.
My kids are gonna be in school.
Are both of them going?
I think. Well, my daughter turns 3. A lot of places don't.
Yeah.
She turns 3 in 2 weeks.
Oh, fun. 3 is the worst age. I'm so sorry.
I know, but your brother's already 4, so been there.
You've been through it. You survived that one.
Yeah. But he's not normal. He's not normal in the sense of how kids are supposed to act at a certain age. If that makes any sense. He's really like he has his moments when he's hangry and stuff. But if he's like well fed and he's chilling, he's really he pays attention. You know,
Good.
and I'll talk to him because we've been having a lot of discipline. You know, like trouble disciplining him, and I talked to my baby mama. I was like, you don't need to discipline him. You just need to talk to him. He's not the kid that needs discipline. He's the one that needs attention. He's the one that needs.
Yeah.
He needs to feel important. He needs to feel like
Seen and heard.
like we understand him. Versus
Yeah.
my daughter, she's the one that throws the temper tantrums. My son's never thrown a temper tantrum. He's never gone on the
Really?
floor screaming, yelling, throwing stuff. He's never done that.
Really?
He would cry because he wants something,
Yeah.
but that's because of his lack of communication. He's
Yeah.
frustrated. I understand that, so I have to get him. I have to make eye contact. I was like, I don't understand what you're saying, but if you point or you bring it to me, we can go from there, and he understands that. My daughter doesn't. My daughter, I say no, and she'll throw herself, and she'll crawl, and she'll cry for an hour. But my son's never done that. Like my son would be like, "Are you okay?" Like what's? He picks her up like, "You okay?" He hugs her like, "What's like?"
You good?
He doesn't understand what she's trying to do, because he's
You
never
good,
done that.
man?
I'm like, I hope he doesn't get older and do that because that's gonna be
That's
more
so
difficult.
cute. Probably not.
But
Probably not. Maybe it's a girl thing. I don't have boys, so I don't know. But my girls temper.
I think what it is, she is spoiled. She is spoiled.
Elena is throwing worse tantrums than Elisa ever did.
Yeah.
I think it's the younger child. It's being the younger baby.
Because they're spoiled, right? It's the spoiled thing.
They're spoiled because you're tired. You just want to give them what they want.
Yeah,
so
so they can shut the fuck
fuck
up.
You're just like, I don't care. You want ice cream for breakfast? Fine. Just like leave me
I
alone.
think that's what it is.
And so they're so used to getting their way that when
Yeah.
you're finally like, shit, we
'Cause
can't
my
raise
son-
an entitled brat, and then they're like, wait, what is this? What's this word? No. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
No, I don't get told
There
no.
was a TikTok video that I saw. It was like the oldest child. Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
You can go out. You better be back by 9. It's 8:30. Then get the fucking step, and you only got half an hour. And then the youngest child, all right, I'm head out. Yo, it's past your bedtime. Then go to sleep, you old motherfucker.
Facts.
Facts. Because my son, like, he'll ask for something. If I say no, I have to give him a reason why I'm saying no, right? Look,
Yeah.
I'm busy right now. I'm trying to get you dinner together. Give me a minute, okay? I can't do that right now. Okay, Dad, and he'll leave. My daughter, I can't right now, Mama. And she'll start crying. Fine, here, go over there. Fucking shut up. I'm at that point, right? So I understand.
Yeah.
I'm accidentally spoiling her because convenience,
Yeah, my oldest does. I don't know. They're both spoiled. They both want to sit and argue with me, and I better give a good reason, or it's going to be another argument. And I'm to the point where some days I have it in me to fight a good fight, and then other days I'm just like, I am done fighting this today. And sometimes I'll even tell them, I'll be like, you know what? I am tired of fighting, so I don't care.
I'm
But
just glad
next time-
they're both. If they were both throwing temper tantrums, I wouldn't be able to do it.
I had both of them throwing a fit the other day.
I
I'm
wouldn't
such
be
a
able
bad
to.
mom. We were doing something with Minecraft.
Oh,
They-
of course.
They both got Minecraft coins. And so one was buying something and she like used the Switch and then it didn't transfer over to the computer one, even though they're the same account. And she was so upset thinking she lost it. I'm just like, oh my. And so she just like that initial panic when you think you've lost something forever. And so she was upset and crying. And then Elena was trying to do something on her Minecraft and no one was helping her because we were trying to work on the older one and trying to let her know that it's okay. We'll figure it out. It's not the end of the world. And they were both freaking out. I threw both of them in their bedroom. Like they share a room. So I put one in the room. I'm like, we will talk about this when you chill. And then I took the other one. I'm like, you're in here too. And I shut the door and I went back into the computer room. And their dad and I were just looking at each other like, what the fuck just happened? And both kids are in their bedroom screaming their heads off. And I'm just like, I don't know. But
I wouldn't be able to handle it.
This isn't okay. And he's like, well, how do we fix it? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just going to wait till they chill. They'll eventually come out quietly.
Yep.
And they did. They did. The oldest one came out. She finally calmed herself. I'm like, okay, we're talking like $10 here. If it was gone, it's not worth it. I'll give you another $10. It's okay. Like, we don't need to freak out. Like, I get why she freaked out because they're kids and they don't know how to regulate those emotions. it feels like the end of the world.
Oh yeah.
So I get it, but I was just like, I can't smack them out of it. So
Yeah. Yeah. You
You
can try.
want to.
My mom tried
You
really
want
hard.
could try,
Lots of
but I'd
times.
rather not. And then the other one was just mad because no one was paying attention to her. And I'm
Wow.
like, well, now you're happy. You both got locked in the room. Like,
Yeah.
so
My son.
that was
Fun.
fun.
What I've noticed with him is that when he feels like he's not wrong, he is really hard headed. Like
Oh, yeah.
there's times when he knows he fucked up, he can be like, okay, here you go, sorry. Or when my explanation makes sense, but there's
Yeah.
times where it's like for example, today my daughter started crying because he was playing with a toy, and usually
Yeah.
what happens is he takes it from her, and that's why she
Mm.
cries. But I'm assuming that's not what happened this time. I'm assuming he found it, he was playing with her, and she got jealous and started crying and wanted it. So I was like, give it back to her, and he was like, no. And I'm like, you have 3 seconds, or I'm gonna get up. And usually it's resolved by then, right? So 1, 2, 3, he didn't fucking do it. I walked over there and he put it behind his back. He's like, no, Dad, I'm not doing that. I'm like, she had it first, give it to her. He's like, no. And I looked at her. Did he take it from you? So no. The fuck's going on here? And I just went, and I just looked at my son. Can you play with her, please? He's like, okay. I was like, I'm about to beat him up for nothing. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? So, like, I don't know. When he knows, when he understands, he'll give a fuck. He'll look me right in the eye and be like, fuck you. Oh, shit. And it's fucking adorable, honestly. Because
It is.
that just means he's not going to get pushed around when he gets older. And
That's true.
And I'm so grateful for that.
Yeah. Kids are fun.
Oh, my God.
I need like 7 more.
You know, did I show you that I cut his hair?
No. Oh, maybe. Was it? You sent me a picture of him at Christmas. Was it before or after Christmas?
I cut, yeah, it was after Christmas. It's recently.
Oh, maybe I haven't
He
seen
doesn't
it
have
then.
the band button. It's gone.
Oh.
Because my dad, one time I went to their house,
Mm-hmm.
and my dad's like, "Oh, it was for Christmas. Yeah, he had his haircut on Christmas.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Saw it then.
Yeah. We were trying to get everything together, and my dad was like, "Hey, I'm gonna take the kids to get their. I'm gonna take him to get his haircut." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, cool." And then I think I heard him say, "But I'm gonna cut the hair down." Yeah. And then I went to go do whatever. The whole day passed. I forgot, and I go pick him up in the morning, and his fucking hair's gone. I'm like, "What happened?" And he was trying to tell me that what happened was my mom cut it before they went to go cut it. So she got rid of the tail. She got rid of the man bun to a certain length before he went to go get his haircut. And it helped because he was in shock and at home. So at the barbershop, he was like, "Man, do whatever the fuck you want." It's good. So
It's good.
and then yeah, but a couple of days ago I went to go pick him up, my baby mama's, and she's like, "Don't be mad." I'm like, "Why?" So just look at you, ask your son. So don't be mad. And I go, and he has a sick ass patch right here on his head because he took a razor to his head.
Oh no.
So now he doesn't have his man butt and his haircut's all fucked up. I'm like, like just leave your eyebrows alone because you're gonna end up like your fucking dad with no eyebrows.
I haven't had my kids fuck up their hair yet.
No gum,
Elena.
nothing.
Not yet. No. Elena found her baby hair though, from like her first haircut. And they were doing something. They found it in a box because I haven't finished unpacking from when we moved here. And she's like, "Look, it's my baby hair." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." And it was long. Like I waited almost a whole year before I cut her hair, so it was a long baby hair, bundle. And like the other day, she grabbed it and was playing with it. And I was like, "Don't play with that, sweetie. Like I need to put it back in the Ziploc. I need to go back where it's at." She's like, "Oh, but it's so pretty." I'm like, "Okay, fine, whatever. Wave it around. You can't. What harm's gonna come to that?"
Unbundle it.
And then she did. She did unbundle it. She's like, I made it pretty, and it's like she took all the pigtails out of it, and it was just the hair. And I'm like, what do I do? So I zip tied it.
Make a voodoo doll.
I like zip tied it, and I'm like, why am I even keeping this shit? Like, what am I gonna do with it?
It's personal now.
It's just fucking hair. So I don't know. Is what
my
it is.
my baby mama kept hair too, but it was for more of a in case they get kidnapped. We have DNA or some shit.
You gotta pluck it from the roots for that.
I don't
You
know.
gotta like rip it out. You can't just have cut hair. It's got nothing.
You know, you're at the point where you're like, yes, whatever you want. Yes, that makes sense.
And I'm like, okay. And so I don't know. My mom always kept our hair. Again, I don't know why. So, and I have Elisa's somewhere. I liked Elena's though because her hair was really, really dark when she was born, and then it really lightened up, so she looked like she had this like natural ombre.
She had the ombre.
Yeah. So like when I cut it, I'm like, oh, that's so pretty. Can't really tell now, probably because it's like old, but it's zip tied, and now I don't know where I put it. I fixed it and I put it somewhere. I don't even know. It's probably gonna end up in the garbage, but I tried. If she's an adult and goes, "Hey, mom, where's my hair from my first haircut?" I think, you made it into a paintbrush.
Papers. Aren't those more like coarse? Is that the word? Aren't they thicker, like for a brush?
No.
That's funny.
Some paintbrushes are.
He has a bald patch. I'll send you a picture.
So yeah, some paintbrushes are soft, some are fluffy.
I guess I wouldn't know.
But yeah,
Brush is a brush.
Brush is a brush. You know, because makeup brushes are super soft.
Oh, that's true.
And there's coarse paintbrushes and super soft. It depends on what you're using them for.
It's funny because my daughter painted her nails today, or my mom painted her nails. She was just walking around like this. And I'm like, who taught you how to do that when your nails are fucking? Hopefully,
no.
Hopefully, it keeps it from biting her nails.
It won't.
It won't, right? She'll just eat the chemicals. Great.
Yep. Well, they have piggy paint, and it's basically like mud. I mean, it's not mud, but it's as safe as mud. And that's what I use on my little ones.
We get the ones that taste nasty, so we should buy some to her nails.
I mean, you could do that too, but both my kids bite their nails. It doesn't matter what nail polish we use; they still bite them. So I bite my nails, and it just is what it is. Let them chew those suckers down. It saves me from using the nail clippers, so whatever. As long as they don't bite down to where they're like bleeding on their fingertips.
My daughter does. My daughter does.
That's not good.
She's not even biting her nails anymore. She's chunking on the meat, the tip of her finger.
The meat finger.
I think she's having separation anxiety. She cries at night. She'll scream in the middle of the night. Like, the fuck's that? The fuck was that?
Oh, Elena does that too. She has like little night terrors that drives me up a wall. If she's not talking in her sleep, she's screaming and crying in it.
What's she say? You formulate what she says?
Sometimes I can. I can't think of it off the top of my head, and other times it's just nonsensical.
I remember growing up, my youngest brother, and my oldest brother, one of my oldest brothers, they would always argue back and forth.
That's funny.
Because my brother always felt like, respect your elders.
Yeah.
You fucking talking about you disrespect my parents all the time. He's like, yeah, but I'm a fucking elder. Fool, we're 10 months apart. Relax. We're the same age for 2 months. Relax. Okay? And they were getting into arguments. One time, I heard them argue in their sleep. Back and forth. We were in separate bunk beds, and they were both on the top, but across the room from each other. And one of them was like, shut up. And the other one was like, no, I'm not listening to you. But they were asleep, both of them. I was like, and in the morning, I was like, you guys arguing your fucking sleep. Did you guys know that shit? I need to fucking chill. Like, always arguing, even in your sleep. Fucking ridiculous.
I don't think Elisa doesn't talk in her sleep. Elena does. Elena will yell at Elisa in her sleep. Like I will hear her yell.
But she
Like,
wouldn't yell
sister,
back.
no. No. Well, she's usually in my room and Elisa's in their room. But yeah. She's
That's just the
I don't
funniest.
sleep when that kid decides to join, like needs to come in and sleep with me because she's just loud and annoying. She got mad at me this morning because she was laying next to me and then the dog was next to her, so we are like three in the bed. And I don't know, I like rolled over and touched her leg. Now, mind you, this kid is literally like latched onto me. Like she's on top of me, might as well be. And I just barely roll over and like smush her leg just a smidge. And she's like, Mom, you're on my leg. Like, you're literally in the middle of my bed. Like, move. Go that way.
But you have like you have like a queen size.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, but when it's me and the dog and the kid, and then usually at like some point the other child comes in.
That happens to me, and I have a twin. I have a twin size. I don't even have a full. I have a twin.
Well, whose fault's that for getting a twin?
Well, I thought it was just gonna be me. Sorry. Like that. I like. Either you roll up into a ball, you go over there, or you shut up. Those are the only options.
I wouldn't survive on a twin bed. Elena asked me to like sleep on her bed the other day. I was tucking her in a bed, and she's like, "Mom, you remember that one time you slept in my bed with me?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "You can sleep in here." Nah, I love you, but nah, I'm good.
Nah,
Thank you.
I like space.
But if you have my rule for her is she has to go to sleep in her own bed. But if she wakes up, she can come find me and sleep with me. Like that's my rule. She has to try and sleep on her own, and so way
my rule is they have to be asleep, like dead asleep, before I go to bed. That way I can just carry them to theirs. And there's no fight. They're too asleep to fight me.
Until they wake up.
Yeah. No, they're too asleep. If they wake up and fight me, I just go to your bed.
Oh, see, mine don't actually go. Mine don't sleep that hard. I can't. If I move them, they wake up. So no, they're allowed to sleep in my bed, but they have to go to sleep in their bed first, and then they can come find me and snuggle because they're only little ones, and I want to snuggle them too. But
yeah, but
selfish.
Still.
If I like, yeah, you sleep in my bed, it's fine, and then I snuggle them. That's selfish on my part. So. Because you're my baby.
I don't want to fucking kill them.
Yeah, I get that too. I'm too much of a light sleeper though, so.
I think if I had a queen size or even a full size, I wouldn't mind at all. Because I'm used to fucking sleeping like in a corner. Even with my baby mama when I was with her.
Yeah, I sleep in a corner too. Like I have that whole bed to myself. I'm usually in the corner. So
I was like, we should get a king size. He's like, why? You fucking don't let me sleep. Sleep like fucking Patrick Star shit.
Yes. Starfish. I couldn't sleep like that. That would drive me nuts. I can't.
Okay, I have a picture of her up against the wall, and the only reason she's up against the wall is because my daughter put her there. My daughter was like curled up behind her like that. I was like, damn, I fucking kick you and push you, and you won't fucking move, but my daughter... Just her presence.
The littlest one.
She is tiny. She still wears 18 months.
Really?
Yeah, like every time I put a 24 month on her, she looks tiny. She like it's still kind of like baggy.
That's so cute. That's how Elena was. She's finally growing. She was on prednisone for her bronchitis. And she turned into like a little Hulk, eating everything. Like she had a nest in the bed and had like snacks everywhere.
Yes.
This kid, she just was eating and eating. She ate all my snacks that were around my desk. They're gone. Like, not there anymore. And yeah, she for like 3 or 4 days, she just did nothing but eat. Like, hey, you might actually grow. It's cool. But her attitude, oh my god.
I
ended her steroid treatment early.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do this. Elisa was on that shit for like 6 months to a year because of her arthritis. And I was just like, I think that is why you had such a temper. It didn't dawn on me at the time because I didn't
She's all
know enough.
rage.
Yeah, she was ragey all the time. Like I knew why she had like the big old moon face and everything that they get when you're on them for a long time. So I like
Yeah.
understood all that, but the whole like attitude didn't click because I was just like, you're 3. You're just an obnoxious 3-year-old. No, no. She was
It's
going
funny
through some
because
stuff.
my son, my baby mama tells me that my son's a brat. So he's not a brat with me. My daughter maybe, but I give her whatever she wants. So understandably, but my son, he understands where he's at. He understands, and I think it's because he knows that I'm by myself. Like he's just like,
Might be.
he,
Like, I got you.
understands. It's amazing how much he understands. At
That
the
older
age that
child, I'm telling you.
it's crazy.
Oldest, being the old, there's a difference between the oldest and the youngest. And
There is.
yeah, if I have another one, I'll let you know how it goes.
I'm a middle child.
I am too. So I get it.
Shit sucks.
Yeah, the forgotten ones, I know.
Don't ever be a middle child, guys.
No, don't.
Do whatever you can to not be one.
Middle child's no fun. We're the forgotten ones. Nobody loves us.
It's funny because if I don't talk to anybody, like any of my brothers or my mom, the only one that hits me up is my other oldest brother, and that's only because we're 10 months apart. So we have we're we call what we call in Mexico, Mexican twins, Irish twins.
Yeah.
So we grew up like next to each other like the whole fucking time. So if I don't talk to anybody, he's the only one that hits me up. Hey, how what you doing? I'm like, oh shit, what's up?
I don't get hit up much, but I don't contact people because everybody's busy.
Everyone's busy, yeah.
And I don't want to bother anybody. So my oldest, she's got her 2 kids that are adults now, but she's working. So I don't like call her up because it's like, I don't know her work schedule. She's a nurse. So who the fuck knows when she's working? Not that I have anything to talk to her about anyway, because our lives are I'm at such a different part in my life. I'm like where she was 10 years ago. Like we're just different lives. There's just nothing in common. And then my other sister, she's got, her kid and then like her 3 bonus kids, and those kids are all like going to college and they're finishing up high school, and she's working full time and going to like school. So she's like always busy. So I'm like, I'm not going to hit her up because she's busy all the time. And yeah, and then there's my brother. Like I'll call him. He's cool.
But he's the one that's closer to your age, right?
Yeah, I mean, kind of. There's a 6 years between us. But we just have similar lifestyles, I guess. Like he's on a farm with his goats. I'm at home with my kids.
At home with your with your kids.
With my kids. His have 4 legs, might have 2. So, but even then, I don't hit him up because I'm like, he's probably busy doing stuff for the goats or the horses or something like that.
Goats are fucking funny.
They are gross.
They are gross, but so are fucking kids.
Fair enough.
My kid was eating cat food the other day. And he looked at me like I was the one that was going crazy. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what do you mean you're eating cat food? My guy. The cat doesn't even like it. What do you think he's eating it?
Eckers.
I remember the first time I gave him cat food, the cat, he just looked at me like, the fuck? He didn't eat it for the first day.
What had he been eating?
Well, I gave him wet food.
Oh.
That's what he was accustomed to. So I mixed his wet food with the dry food.
That's right. That's what you're saying.
I was like,
spoiled little kid.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you're not gonna eat the dry food? You will. In a couple of days, you will.
You'll starve eventually.
And now he eats it, and then every once in a while I'll give him wet food.
That works.
Wet food's fucking expensive. I don't fucking buy him only wet food. That's crazy.
It is. But if you buy, like, I was talking to my vet, and she says as long as it's not like the super, super cheap kind.
The one that comes in a fucking can of food. basically.
Well, no, even that one. She's like all wet foods are pretty much the same. Uh, so she gave. I can't remember which one she says weren't good, but she's like they're pretty much all fine for the most part. They're all pretty equal. So I'm supposed to
Because
be
I remember
giving my
growing
cat
up,
wet food, but I'm not. Oh, geez.
wet food was like it makes them. I don't know. They always told me that no, not wet food. It's gonna fuck up
Yeah,
your stomach.
that's growing up, it does. They like. I remember when I was a kid, I was told wet food like don't give them wet food. It'll make them fat. It'll
Make their
all sorts
stomach
of
hurt. Yeah.
health issues, and it's gonna make their teeth decay. No, wet food's better because it actually fills their stomach with more. It gives them more water. Cats don't drink enough water
Oh,
as is,
my
and
cat
so
drinks a lot of water.
it's really help. Well, of course, it's right now because he's a kitten. He's gonna get old and lazy and fat.
I
And
can't wait.
so like my cat, not Jasper, not the Maine Coon, but my cat, the short little fat one, she doesn't drink enough water, even though she seems like she is. And when we gave her wet food, like she just improved so much. She seems I didn't think she was
She had
unhealthy
more
to begin
energy.
with, but
She's
but
like,
after
hell
giving
yeah.
her wet food, she like actually the bottom part of her stomach was always bald. Always. I thought it was just that way because that's how it'd been since I got her. I started giving her wet food. She started growing fur.
And then you're like, nah, none of that. You cut it off, and
I
now
was
she doesn't have any wet
like
food.
what? Like, why do you have fur? Like you've never had fur on the bottom
Honestly,
of your stomach before. And
okay.
so it clearly, and then she started like she got healthy again. So I don't know. It's weird. Wet
All
food's
right.
good. For your cat, not you. Don't eat the cat food. Um, do not recommend.
Oof.
But yeah, it's weird.
I might move back to that then. I was thinking about it too. Like, should I just buy fucking wet food?
They
So,
say give wet food and then offer dry food throughout the day. Like have like a little bit of wet dry food for them, but offer them wet food as like a main food
so
source.
like
Maybe
when I eat, he eats the wet food, and then leave the shit overnight.
what I do or did do, I got lazy. I'm lazy. I have an auto cat feeder. You can't auto feed wet food, so they're back to dry food again. But
I fucking hate
but
this house.
when I did do it, when I did give them wet food, I would just give them the wet food in the morning and at night. I would take like one can. And so they would get half their diet was wet food and the other half was dry
Oh,
food.
that makes sense. That's like the dry food was like snacks throughout the day.
Yeah. So, but my cats both have like eating disorders and will gorge themselves.
Oh,
So I have to limit them. But
damn.
if you do it when they're little, they will learn to regulate and they won't overeat.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe. Maybe. It's not foolproof, not guaranteed. I'm not a vet. But usually
Nah,
if
Bun
they're
said.
young enough, if they're young enough,
Bun said.
they will self-regulate and you won't have to worry about having a cat that will eat an entire bag of food if it crawls into the food
If
bag.
it finds that it's open. Dogs do that shit.
Yeah, dogs do. And our cat Tiger did that. We left a full bowl, like a big mixing bowl full of food where we went on vacation for we were gone 3 days. We left that cat enough food to last 3 weeks. We
She
came
ate
back,
it all.
he ate the whole bowl.
Probably the
I
first
swear
3
to God,
days.
that cat could not walk very well. Like he was so fat. I don't know how he didn't die.
Oh shit! You don't look good, my friend. Wow.
We cannot believe he ate that entire bowl of food.
Fuck.
Like I don't even know how. He was young, so he survived. He lived till he was like 18, so it clearly didn't
Oh
mess with
damn,
him too much.
that's really good for a cat.
Yeah, so like he lived a good long life.
Because the average is
regardless
like
of his
15, 16, huh? Like for a cat.
Yeah.
That's
Well, he
really
was an
good.
indoor cat, so he should have
He was spoiled
survived.
little fool.
He was a spoiled little boy.
I think the longest I've had a cat is probably 6 years.
Well,
But
we got him when he was 2, so I mean, so we had him 16 years.
Oh shit, that's really good. Because like what happened to that cat was we moved, and we didn't move that far, so she just made her way back.
Mm.
We literally found her at the old apartments.
Huh.
Because mom was like, "Where did my cat go? My cat's not here." And we went. I was like, "I'm gonna go check the apartments because I still had friends over there." And
Yeah.
we saw her over there. She's like, "Yeah, she's over here." She's like,
Hmm.
"Like, what do you expect? 5 years over here? Of course, that's all she knows."
Yeah, makes
Plus,
sense.
cats are really territorial. You can't just put a random stray cat in a random ass alley. Fucking kill it.
That's true.
They'll fucking kill that cat.
You can't just let them. Here you go. Make friends.
Introduce yourself.
Go say hi and be nice.
Hell no. Especially if they're not like fixed. It's over. It's game
Oh
over.
God, yeah, no, it's done. It's a done deal.
If he's
Oh my
fixed, he's
goodness.
kind of like keeps to himself. He won't fucking butt in. But if they're not fixed, it's fucking game.
Yeah, game on. It's over. Over. But what should we do next week's podcast on?
Ooh, that's a good question. I kind of want to do some of the things that we wanted to do second parts on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the police, the 911 calls. I was thinking about that.
Okay.
We can do
Did we do a 911 calls one?
I think we did. I think I did, but in the second season.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. What was the
That'd be
other one?
good.
We wanted to do the forest ones.
Oh, okay.
We wanted to do the forest ones. There was another one I had in mind.
There's the ocean.
Oh, yeah, the ocean creature, fucking
Okay.
mysteries. There was another one. I was just thinking about it right now. Fuck, I don't remember.
We'll figure it out. We'll make it a surprise.
Yeah, but the forest one I'm excited for, and the 911.
911 would be a good one.
Oh my god.
I used to watch that growing up. Rescue 911. That was like my jam.
Okay, but I'm telling you, that one's gonna be a little. Ugh. We gotta be careful with that one because there's a lot.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, you gotta have ones with happy endings only, and then it's okay.
I like the ones that they have in those commercials. Was it commercial?
I don't know.
I'm dying. What's going on? I'm dying. And there's where he goes, I have knives for hands. He goes, what? He goes, sir, put the knife down. No, you don't understand. I have knives for hands. He's all high as fuck.
Those are funny. The high as fuck ones are great.
They're fucking funny.
Oh,
And my heart's beating backwards. What do you mean? We usually goes doom ba doom, but it's going ba doom doom.
Those are the greatest ones ever.
Oh,
yes.
shit.
So we'll do something. We'll pick out one of those this week and work on it. It'll be a surprise what we actually formulate.
We'll formulate a list for February.
This will hopefully be our only improv. This was more just a catch up.
Yeah, pretty much.
To catch up in randomness. Improv for the win. Woo!
We'll talk. We'll make a list.
We'll figure it out. We'll have a legit topic.
And, I think Noodles wants to come on too. So that's
whenever she can.
Read my future, please. Tell me what's
I need to know what this year is going to hold for me. It's very important.
It is so creepy when your voice goes demonic, and I think I'm the only one that hears it.
Hopefully, I don't like that. Sounds good on my end. But yes, I need my future read. Maybe like 3 or 4 times, just to be sure.
We're getting to the end here, guys. We are switching over to Saturdays till further notice.
Yes.
So right now it's the first Saturday we're gonna do, and then next Saturday, and until.
Are we gonna keep it about the same? We started a little later today than what we had talked about.
Yeah, I think 7:30, 8 o'clock, between there. Yeah. Yeah.
Cuckoo.
Also, find us on I might add all this at the end, but find us on TikTok because I want to start adding more stuff on there.
Yeah, I need to get better about that. I gotta see if the TikTok TikTok logged me out of my TikTok the other day.
Yeah.
That's a TikTok a lot there. Yeah, I had to actually get on and relog in and everything. It was weird.
Oh shit.
But yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna hit the stop record. And hope you guys enjoyed that episode of the Rolling Thick podcast. Don't forget we record these episodes live over at twitch.tv/the Rolling Thick.
We go live normally on Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. Pacific time. We love interacting with chat and hearing your stories and opinions and suggestions, so come stop on by.
The podcast can be found over at Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Stitcher.
If you guys want to get updates about the lives and watch clips of the podcast and behind the scenes shenanigans, you can follow and message us on TikTok or Instagram at The Rolling Thick.
And remember, if no one loves you, we love you. Yeah.
Yay, we did it.